Hey guys, it's Back in Handyman here, and I am sitting in my 2013, well it's 2012 Chevy Silverado, which is causing me a bunch of issues here because, as you can see, right there, 10, 12, I guess that's about the time that they changed the design of the brake switch to the new brake position sensor now. So now, after I changed the brake switch, maybe there was a grommet on the little peg or something, but now the brake lights won't go off. So I rigged it once and put some washers on it, kind of teetered it to where the lights would go off. But then at the same time, while you're driving down the road, the grade braking comes on, and that's a pain in the ass, especially when you're not going down a mountain or nothing. I don't have any mountains here. This is Oklahoma, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to sit there and hear it go and do all that. So let me show you what it's doing. Now, this happens every time I drive. You'll hear it in just a minute. It kicked down, grade braking on. Pain in the ass if you ask me. Now you can hear it shifting all sporadically. Well, this is what I'm having to do every time I drive it. If I turn off the key and turn it back on, I have to do it again. You can hear it going crazy and downshifting. Come over here to the tow haul button and I hold it 5 seconds, and then it says grade braking disabled, and then it shifts normally again. Well, besides this little irritant thing that I got to push that button every time I drive it and hold it for 5 seconds, that's how you disable the grade braking. I also want the tail lights to work right. Alright, now I'm parked. I'm not driving, so I can talk to you. Okay, this being a 2012, I ordered the 2012 brake switch. Well, when I got down there and I took the brake switch off, which the brake switch isn't easy to replace. It's just one little bolt, but that bolt is like that freaking long. I don't know why they got to have it so long. I mean, where the threads go in is only about that long, so it's not really that far. It don't need to be that long of a fucking bolt. And it's a size 7 millimeter. But whenever I took the old one off, I took the new one out of the box, and the connector was different. Well, come to find out, in 2012, at the end of the year, they switched over to the new braking system. So it's actually got a 2013 brake switch. So I had to have them special order that because it has a different connector that the connector goes in. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with how it's acting and why it's doing this after I replaced the brake switch. The main reason I replaced the brake switch was because the brake lights quit working. Then when I replaced the brake switch, the brake lights stayed on all the time. I was like, what the hell? So I got to messing with it, and I found that the brake switch has such a low tolerance. So therefore, the brake switch, I guess, is just in a bad spot, and it's always connecting for some reason, and it's always got the brakes on. So let's see how I'm going to try to fix that. Alright guys, I got my scanner out. Just one of the cheap ones off of eBay. It was about 100 bucks, I think is what it was. May have been just 50. It's not one of the $10 ones, so let's see what the code says. P057C. What I've done so far is you see how the little thing that goes in the slot of that, how that thing, it's got black stuff on it. I wrapped tape around it because as you hear it. if I didn't have that tape on it, it wouldn't click. And that click, what that's doing is it's activating the brake light. See how it clicks out? That's where it would be stuck out if I didn't have the tape on it. Here, I'll show you. See? Push the pedal. It don't come off. I gotta pull up on the pedal. Push. Pull. See? So the brake lights would always be on. So now let me put the tape back on. Okay, now I got the tape back on. I wanted to do this anyway to get more tape on it. Now you see how it slide on there. Now there ain't no wiggle room in it. So now I start it up. Hear it. I'll include a link to the diagnostic trouble code bulletin from the actual GM that says for that P057 code, you have to reset the ECM so it can relearn the values of the brake switch, which we changed the brake switch out. I don't have a fancy scanner. This is how I see to reset the ECM. Take off the negative, but it's been a pain in the ass, so let's take off the positive. Let's take this positive out of the way. That's some bitch under there. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit while I go do the trash. Probably for like 10-15 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, I got kind of carried away and I cleaned the toilets too when I did the laundry, or did the trash. Put the battery cable back on just now. Okay, so now I turn it on. Give it a while. Alright, I just got back from the drive. I took it for probably about 5-10 mile drive, and it never kicked back on. So whenever you change your brake pedal position sensor, go ahead and pull off the battery terminal cable for at least 10 minutes. You know, just let it sit. Yeah, it's going to reset the stereo, and you might have to, some models, you might have to put a code in it to make it turn back on. But when you unplug the battery, it resets the ECM, and you have to reset the ECM after you do the brake pedal position sensor, because it got to learn the new values. See, before when I changed it, I never pulled off the positive cable and cut the power to the truck and let it reset. And what that did is that the old position sensor, I guess, at a different spot, it hit the brake lights, and the new position sensor, after I reset it, it learned that it was a different position sensor. And then it won't kick off and go into the dreaded grade braking on. Even when I'm going 30 miles an hour in Oklahoma, no hills, no mountain, no nothing. Oklahoma kind of flat. So the grade braking was kind of getting annoying, and it was bothering me. So we got it fixed. Yay! Thanks for watching. I just thought I should make this video and let y'all know what I found. There wasn't a lot of information online about how to fix the grade braking on, and the ones that did say so, it was talking about taking it to a dealership and having them read all kinds of codes and stuff. Well, I don't have a good enough scanner, and I'm too cheap to go to a dealership, so just pulled the power, and ta-da! It reset the ECM, and now my new brake switch is reading correctly. Don't go buy another ECM or a brake pedal switch thinking that the new one that you just bought was bad, like my dumb ass. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Peace. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video and want to follow my process, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Hey man, while you're at it, check out my other YouTube channels. The Stay Home Dad, The Back End Handyman, The Dorser Family, and The Average Stoner. Just a little bit of what I do from day to day as a stay-home dad.